Today I want to present a small paper on my preliminary survey on two taluks in Pathanamthitta district. Introduction. Pathanamthitta, one of the 14th revenue district of Kerala. It is on the slope of the Western Ghats and stretches to the low-lying rice field bordering Alappuzha district. And by east side is covered with the Tamil Nadu, and the west is an Arabian Sea, and the south part of the district bordered with the Kollam district, and the northern part bordered with the three district like the Alappuzha, Kottayam, and Idukki district. And it was formed with the effect from 1st November 1982 with the headquarters at Pathanamthitta. The geographical background of the Pathanamthitta district are it has three main landforms, mainly high ranges, including the Western Ghats and Midland and the lowland. The elevation of the area varies from 30 meter in between 30 meter and 1,600 meter above mean sea level. And the geologically, Pathanamthitta district composed of the Archean form of Stone Age. The Archean group of rock comprises Chanakite and Genesis. The study area comes under Nilgiri Genesis. The soil types foreign loam and lateritic type and brown soil, riverine alluvium, greyish soil. The forest, the district undercome the forest area above 50% of the land, and in square kilometer is about 1,390.73 square kilometer. And the main rivers are gone through the study area are Pamba and Achenkovila, Manimala, and Kallada. Previous studies. When about talking about the previous studies, there are some excavation and some little studies done. Likely Chenkaltadam, it is in Malayalappuzha, it is in Malayalappuzha Panchayat, and there was a iron barrel is founded by Mr. P. Rajendran, and it was referred in the IAR 1990 to 1991. And then the major founds were 9 large pots and 2 small pots, 2 sheds of black and red pots, and eroded iron sickle, bone fragment of an infant baby in fragile condition. And then comes Kaunka Prayer. It is in Mallappalli Taluk. And then the found was cyst burial, and this one is done by the State Department of Archaeology. It is also been prepared in IAR 1969-70, and the materials come out from this excavation are iron implements and polished stone axe. And then comes site Mudimala. It is lateritic chamber found by Mr. P. Rajendran. It is also been prepared in IAR 1993. And the main found from this lateritic chamber is an iron implements. Then comes the major my study area. There was 2 excavations done, and first one is Niramakuram. It is already discussed in a paper by Miss Dr. Ampli CS, and it is Niramakuram. It is situated in Pune Taluk, and you are aware about the site as early. And then comes the second site, that is Pudangara Ancherivilla, that is in Adur Taluk. That is done by the Department of Archaeology, University of Kerala in 2019. And the 2 excavations, first of all, the excavation from Niramakuram is yielded pottery like bowls, miniature pots, iron implements, and etched carnelian beads, about 15 in number, as we discussed earlier in her presentation. And then comes to the second excavation done by our department itself at Putangara. It yielded total number of tall in situ pottery, including ring stand, pots, lids, bowls, various like shapes. And Niramakuram in Koni district, Koni Taluk is yielded two Symphony dates. It's come in between 3rd century BC and 2nd century CE. And then comes to Pudangara, there has two C14 dates. It is quite later, and we can referred in reference from the YouTube channel. There is a YouTube channel by Dr. Abhay GS. You can search it up for the details. And the location map of the study area. I mainly concentrated on the Koni Taluk. You can see here. Actually, I was only covered from small area of this part of the Koni, just because of rest of the areas come under the reserve forest. I need to get the permission from the forest. So in further, I will get the permission from the forest permit and do the exploration for that area also. And Adur, I thoroughly done the exploration. Then for the purpose identifying the types of megalithic sites, I was conducted a village survey and in Adur and Koni Taluk. The survey was conducted and covering 16 panchayats and one municipality, including 293 wards. And as a result of the exploration, 76 sites were documented. Among these, unfortunately, only 21 sites have material evidence. And the main type of the megaliths I found during my exploration are cairn circles, cyst burials, urn burial, and menhirs. The exploration yielded total of 76 sites, and among them, 75 are newly explored and reported by the researcher. Unfortunately, only 21 sites had material evidence reported during the exploration. Among them, cyst burial comes larger in percentage, followed by urn burial, menhir, and cairn circle. These are the major cyst burials, and unfortunately, 99% of the cyst burials in disturbed condition, such as they don't have the orthostat capstone or an orthostat present point in nearby or any nearby vicinity. And multi-chambered cyst burials are found. Single cyst burials are also found, and then some of the cyst burials in Kundra locality 1, Kulathaman locality 1, and Kulathaman locality 3. There is some locality means some of the site have 2, 3, 4, 2 to 3 localities I noticed, and these are the Niramakuram site as we earlier discussed by Dr. Ambli CS, and I revisited the site, and fortunately I could find urn burial during my exploration, and they were found by the time of a construction of a local road, and then you can see the urns, urn number 1 and number 2, and the material, the condition of the urn burial is almost in destruction condition, destructed, and then people were not able to bothered about this monument, and I have collected some rim sheds of the urn burial, and I will show you the drawings of this later. And this is another urn from like same condition in the side of a road, by they constructed the road and then cut it off by even cut it by the cut it, and this also been very destructive manner, and I have collected some rim portion of this also, and drawings will show you. And this is the portrait I collected from it. I already show you the picture it removed, and then this is the rim This is the plic design, which chain-like design you can see. And then what the take already I show you the picture of two ends, the number A number 1 and A number 2. These are the illustrations I made by myself, and this is the chain-like application. Yes, yes. And then this was the one of the menhir I found from Kodmanchira, and then this was converted to an Shiva temple, and I was not able to take good pictures of this monument just because of the temple authority not allowed to me take pictures of this. I have strictly take one picture of this thing, and then comes to the current circle, which was found from Niramakuram. There is a two current circle. The distance is just 5 meters, between 5 to 10 meter only. Two current circle Niramakuram. It is just this to the main road, and it is in the government plantation. And then the typology of the megalithic from my study area. Earlier reported megalith type from Adur and Koni taluks Sister is the most first in number, and then come followed by Ant Burial and Can Circle and Dolmen. And then in my study also, it's proven that Sister Burial is mostly first in position, and then come Ant Burial, then comes Menhir, and then followed by Cancer. And the total distribution of the megaliths within the study area are the 54% of the monument comes under the category of cyst burial. Then 90% of megalithic type is Ant Burial, then followed by Menhir, and then followed by Grand Circle, and also been followed by Dolmen. And present condition of the export site with the within the study area is fully disturbed. The condition is about 24%, and partially disturbed condition, the monuments are in 57%, and preserved condition monuments only 19%. And my conclusions are I explored 21 megalith sites during my systematic exploration, Adur and Koni taluks. I already mentioned that only 21 megalith sites have material evidence, so that I mentioned 21 megalith sites. Among them, 16 sites reported from Adur and 5 sites from Koni taluk. The number of sites in Koni taluk is very less. I already mentioned that the Koni taluk is already mostly covered with the reserve forest. So I couldn't permission to take out exploration in Koni taluk. In further future, I will try to explore in this area. So, and then research, I also found a major limitation in the documentation of the previous research works, that the absence of actual location and geo coordinates. It is a big issue for my exploration, and I try to solve it myself. I will document with thorough with geo coordinates and proper documentation by photographs. And documenting the geo coordinates with the aid of GPS, it becomes easy for future researchers to trace the location of reported megalithic sites and monuments. And the present study mainly concentrated on the typological feature of the megalithic monument. The unavailability of more material remains from the site is a limitation of the study. Most of the sites are facing destruction due to the natural deterioration, thick vegetation, and human vandalism. In most of the cases, they were done for treasure hunting, like treasure hunting, something like that. In present condition, the future existence of the these burial monuments are very doubtful, because those are facing natural and human threats and situated in private land mostly. This work is a preliminary documentation of megalithic sites and monuments through digital photography and videos. The survey details show that most of the megalithic monuments discovered during the exploration are cyst burials. Then come next, which is are from 4 sites. 3 main hills were found from the study area, and then the cairns are found from 2 sites and dolmens from none of the sites. There are certain sites showing a nature of concentrated varying cluster of burial which different locations of, for example, a site eating would have 5 localities of burial. Edathara has 4 and Childhood has 3. These type of sites may represent group burials and revert social life of megalithic people. In other words, there is a possibility of concentrated settlements or habitation sites in the surrounding area. From the megalithic site like Elamannur and Itimudu location, I have some medieval ceramics. Unfortunately, I couldn't include this presentation. If you want to know this detail, you can email me. That's also indication of some habitational existence in this such areas. And feature scopes. The inference drawn in the present study are mainly based on the megalithic remains from recently explored site of 2 selected taluks, namely Koni and Adu. The data set presented here has its own limitations, and there always remains a scope of its expansion with the new facts emerging from future research in the study area as well as other parts of the southern Kerala. Systematic full coverage surveys are necessary to understand the exact distribution pattern of the megaliths in the district. Acknowledgement. Department of Archaeology, University of Kerala. I was so grateful to be a student from this department, and mostly the project undertaken by guide Kerala Megalithic Gazetteer project, and also very thankful to Dr. Ambali CS. She is always helping to me, and she is assistant archaeologist in Pandit Deendayal Upadhyaya Institute of Archaeology. Thank you, everyone.